Hello, and welcome to Man vs. Violin, week 94, day 645. Today is my 645th day of continual violin practice. I've managed to practice the violin every day for the last 645 days. My goal is to make it 2 years, and that's coming up in December. But for now, I'm really pleased that I've been able to make it this far. And quite honestly, I didn't think I would be able to play the violin every day for 645 days. Some days have been more difficult than others to find the time, but I've always managed to carve out the time for violin practice. These days I'm working 2 jobs, so I go through periods in the year, kind of seasons, where I'm working 2 jobs, and this happens to be one of them. So I have to make a very active effort to make time for the violin, especially in periods where I'm really busy at work and then I've got another job going on. So it's something that I really have to make a conscious effort to slot in every day. So what have I been practicing? I have been working on the waltz in Suzuki Book 2, page 14. And if this sounds familiar, it's because I've been working on this piece for a while. I don't know if it's because I have some memory block or my fat little fingers just don't move in the right way, but I'm having a kind of a hard time with the waltz. We'll see how it sounds today. So this is the waltz from Suzuki, Book 2, page 14. That's a tough one. I don't know why, but there are certain pieces that are not necessarily difficult, but I have a hard time with. So another thing that I've been working on is working on trying to figure out the violin section for Glenn Campbell's Wichita Lineman. I remember this song growing up. I was a kid in the 70s, and this was a staple on AM radio. And I'm a big Glenn Campbell fan. Glenn Campbell, just a awesome singer, awesome guitar player, just an awesome musician. And this song, I always have good memories from this song. So there is kind of a violin in the background there. So I'm going to try this out. Don't expect much on this. So this is Glenn Campbell, Wichita Lineman. My apologies to anyone living in Wichita who plays the violin. Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell. That one is just something that I've been trying to work on by ear. And one of the reasons I've been trying to practice that is I've been trying to listen for different notes on different strings in different octaves. So with that particular song, it finishes with a D. And it's a very long D. It just kind of holds for a long time. And then I move to the E string. I move from the A string to the E string and slide that up. And I'm deliberately trying to search for the D on the A string. So I'm trying to hear where to stop my index finger to hit the D on the A string. So it's a good song to practice finding octaves. And that's yeah, it's a beautiful song, the song itself, and it's a good song, I think, for violin practice to help find octaves on different strings. So, as I mentioned before, coming up in December on 200 days, on 2 years, and my plan is my original plan was to try to get through Suzuki Book 2 by the end of this year. I don't think that's going to be possible. I'm finding that the songs on Suzuki Book 2 are taking me a lot longer to get through than Book 1 did. But I feel like I'm improving hearing where notes are on the violin. And I also feel like my bowing hand is improving. I don't know so much if it's improving, but it's a lot more relaxed. And I guess relaxation with a musical instrument you can consider a type of improvement. So in that respect, I do think that things are moving along. This is a very difficult instrument. I thought that after 645 days, I'd be a lot more proficient than I am. It's a very, very difficult instrument. It's very difficult to find notes. It's very difficult to hold the notes, and it's difficult to bow the notes correctly. So it's an instrument I really enjoy learning, and I hope one day to be fairly proficient at. But for right now, I'm stuck on good old Suzuki, page 14, the waltz. Let's try that one more time. Lost it at the end. That's okay. Well, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Man vs. Violin. And even if your violin practicing is a little crunchy, keep practicing, because that's what Paganini would do. Thanks.